Hey guys, welcome to another episode. In this one, we're going to talk about Twitter, why you should be on it, who you should follow, and how to stay up to date with the latest information on NBA Top Shot to give you a competitive advantage. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so in this episode, I've tried to make a list of what I've found the most valuable accounts to follow on Twitter, which keeps me live and up to date, and also gives me a bit of fun and a bit of banter around NBA Top Shot and what is the most inclusive community and fun community I've ever been a part of. So if you want a bit of that love and support and sense of belonging, this is the place for you. Now, why Twitter? There's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's others, because I find that the algorithm is much more suited to this space. And it's also where everyone in this niche is. I literally joined Twitter just for NBA Top Shot. Because when I joined, it was really hard to find out when packs were, and a majority of them were stress tests at the time, and they would drop literally with 5, 10, 15 minutes notice. So you had to have some sort of notification system set up to be involved. Now, there's much less of them now, but the information around the challenges and the quests and everything else is still really useful. On other platforms, on every platform, the algorithm works differently. And sometimes I'll log into Facebook and it will tell me a breaking news story, but it was actually 24, 36 hours old. And then I'm like, well, that's useless to me because one, I saw it on Twitter first, and two, that's no longer breaking news. So Twitter is the place to be for the latest information on NBA Top Shot. And in this one, I'm going to show you who to follow. Now, I'm not after a Twitter fight on, hey, you forgot so-and-so and so-and-so. I've just made a list of what I've found is the most valuable. And if you've anything like me and you've found my content valuable in the past, I think a lot of you will agree with me. But if you've got further suggestions, dump them in the comments below. I have no problem with you adding to the list. So that all being said, let's get straight into who you should follow. Obviously, you should follow at NBA Top Shot, the official Top Shot account. But the problem with this account is it's more official, like this is a pack drop that's coming, blah, blah, blah. NBA hashtag Top Shot, this is very prominent in this one. So I follow it for the official announcements, but not for the latest and greatest information. They have an official secondary account called NBA Top Shot Updates. It gives us more specific updates around marketplace cooldowns or problems with such and such or quests being delivered, such as like when Ben Simmons and Steph Curry Cool Cats were being delivered. We got updates through this account. So this is one I actually have a bell notification for because it gives us more precise information that we need when we need it. So it's a good one to have in your bell notifications. The other one I actually have in the bell notifications is the First Mint. Now, a lot of it is their podcasts and their analysts posting charts and things like that, and we'll get to those guys in a minute. But what I've also found is they're very active in the community, so they have an ear to the ground in the Discords or wherever they do it, and they get a lot of the information sometimes out before NBA Top Shot's official channels do. So they're worth a bell notification as well. Even if it's not the information you are looking for, it's a newsletter that they do or something like that, you can just flick it off, and when it's something that's really important, like who are the best players to look for in this imminent pack drop, they're there with all that sort of information dissected rather neatly. So I find them a good bell notification to have as well. And they're ones I found very early in my Top Shot journey and found helpful through their podcast. So thank you, LG. All right, Dapper employees, you want to follow Roam, the CEO of Dapper Labs. I've never really observed a CEO that's more involved in social media and the Discords as Roam is. It's really refreshing, and often he chimes in on our humble questions, which I personally really appreciate. In the last video, I highlighted one, which is something we were all thinking. And Girl Dad, who we'll get to, tweeted, hey, why aren't we promoting to NBA Top Shot's channels of 33 million followers? And he responded saying, be patient. We're not quite ready for that. We still have much testing and work to do. Again, I don't know a CEO who would readily get engaged like that with us, the users, and respond to our queries. So respect for that. Jacob is the one who is always conducting the office hours, which gives us a lot of insight to the Top Shot news and what they're prioritizing at the moment. He's the communication lead for NBA Top Shot, so he's a very good follow to have. He's the one often hosting NBA players on Twitch streams or guesting on podcasts and things like that, so he's a good follow to have. The other one I'll throw in is Alan Falcon. He also chimes in and answers questions here and there where he sees them, and just generally helps us out. To me, he seems like a good dude. I've seen him on a few streams and guest appearances, and I think he's a good dude. All right, YouTubers, my fellow YouTubers. We've got to start with Jennifer Suto. She's been doing it, I think, the longest, and she has very concise, positive videos for you to enjoy. So if you haven't checked her out yet, you might want to. And as for her Twitter, it's always just, in general, array of positivity. Top Shot Talk. We've got to include this guy because he knows what he's talking about, and he's very good at analyzing the marketplace. I often find myself agreeing with him in my discussions with him. So if you haven't watched him already and you watch me, you must watch a bit of NBA Top Shot Talk. And Fleo, or Leo, whatever you want to call him. It is actually fun saying that, Leo. He is crunching out YouTube videos at the moment. Sometimes he's doing 2 a day, so he's an absolute monster, and a uni student at the same time. So give him some love, maybe on Twitter, and tell him Steve sent you. That'd be fun. Minted Moments. Kyle has a very smooth voice and a very clear way to break down the issues that he's dissecting in his videos. So if you haven't run into his videos yet, check them out and enjoy the smooth voice that is Kyle. If Twitch is your game, Steph Suto is the one for you. Yes, the sister of Jennifer Suto. I had the privilege of guesting. She's obsessed with CP3, and again, very engaged in the Discords and the NBA Top Shot community, and another ray of positivity out there. Blogs. The Top Shot newbie. She has a blog on NBA Top Shot and her experiences and what's going on. She's been doing it for ages, so respect to her. It's a very good blog. Another very good blog is Pack Rip Ewing, a very funny username actually, and a really cool profile picture. He has a really cool blog on NBA Top Shot, dissecting anything NBA Top Shot, a very good read if that's your way of digesting things. He also has some really good takes. Greg Murray's a really good analyst. He has really cool charts breaking down challenges and sets and other things in NBA Top Shot, so he's a good analyst to follow for sure. Another one is John Boy Beats. He has a Substack that you can subscribe to and get information. He really dives deep in the analytics, especially on sets and challenges. He's a really good follow for those things, and his takes around NBA Top Shot. Taylor Stein, again, he has a Substack. I believe he's a data analyst, so Top Shot suited him, and he's got some really cool charts and breakdowns in his Substack and newsletter, which are worth a follow, at least on Twitter. Top Shot Analytics. Again, this guy's got really cool charts and breakdowns on what's going on, like this, with some visual graphs that we all love, because frankly, sometimes analytics gets a bit boring, but visual charts like these guys are doing are really, really helpful. So his takes are really good as well. Chugs and Bugs. Chugs and Bugs is, for me, like the serial number man. He does really cool charts on market cap and usage rating and serial numbers. So I really enjoy having him as a follow as well. And the way he breaks things down suits me. Also, a really cool profile picture. Long-term collectors on Twitter that have a really positive outlook. Had to include Wade's here. He's got really experienced takes that I enjoy, and I think he's a really good follow as well. Girl Dad, we mentioned him earlier. Really good, concise, short takes that give you a bit of perspective on Top Shot. Sometimes he just sort of slaps you out of thinking negatively because he just hits you across the head. And if you've ever heard someone debate, oh, what should I buy? Should I buy debut moments or 4,000 LE rookies or Series 1 versus Series 2? This will break it down, summarize it for you. First, Superstar, that's your priority. Then Top Shot debut, then tier, then serial number. In that order. I mean, done. If you want a concise breakdown. Oh, and that was another good one he had. Buy what you love. If you buy what you love, you can't lose. 84 and up, or Lindy Holick is the username. Again, just really concise, agreeable perspectives that just kind of slap you out of the negative thinking. I really enjoy them. And sometimes it's just a little bit of positivity that you need to think, oh yeah, Top Shot's not that bad. Even in these down times. I really enjoyed this one's positivity, and definitely worth a shout out on my list. Jay Fresh. Again, same reasons, just really positive, concise, experienced. I also find this one quite funny, so give him a shout out to Jay Fresh. Jake and Bake NFT. He also does breakdowns of the office hours. So sometimes if I'm asleep or I'm too late and I can't get into the office hours, I'll often read Jake and Bake's notes and his breakdowns just so I can catch up briefly before going back over the office hours, catching up on the news and then breaking it down for you guys. Websites with tools and analytics that we know and love. Evaluate.market. Now, if you don't know this one by now, you've probably been living under a rock. Every moment in NBA Top Shot actually links to this website if you want to dissect it and look at the circulation count and things like that. So they're a good follow for Twitter as well. This is their website. You should have seen it by now. It's the one we know and love. Moment Ranks. MomentRanks.com is another website you must have heard of by now. The website itself, you can analyze your accounts, moments getting sold on the marketplace, and much, much more. And they've been developing their game. And you can use your moments in this game and play against each other or other people and win prizes. So it's really cool. They've also had breakdowns of the challenges like Cool Cats and Hustle and Show, and they've been predicting the value of the reward moment based on their analytics. And they've been pretty bang on with their predictions so far. So credit to them. Really good follow for Twitter. Own the Moment NFT, again, another website that I really enjoy for looking at the market winners and losers. And also the challenges. I really like looking at their challenge webpage because it breaks it down. It shows you the history and who's the bottlenecks of each and every challenge. Flow Market Cap, again, another analytics website, which is really useful, especially the market cap graphs and the player rankings on who is the most liquid players on NBA Top Shot. Back to Girl Dad's point about Superstar First. This is where you find out where the best superstars are. Steve Crypto, or the website is rookshot.market. And this one, again, has just really, really cool visual charts based on things we're looking for answers for, like challenges, the state of play, the most popular players, and much, much more. So a really good follow for analytics in NBA Top Shot again. MomentNerd.com. Now, if we have more quest challenges like the Ben Simmons one we just had, you want to follow Moment Nerd because they developed a tool where you could punch in your username, it would track your quest and make sure that you did it correctly. And if not, it would show you the errors that you came up with, like you listed a power forward instead of a center. So that was a really cool tool and a really useful one for people to check, make sure they've done the quest correctly. So if we get another quest, that is one you need to follow as well. Clubhouse. If you're on Clubhouse, you want to follow the NBA Top Shot Cave. If you're like me and you don't like listening to the radio, you'd rather just listen to Top Shot content, Clubhouse is a really good one because it's like an interactive podcast where you can ask questions as well of the panel or their guests. And the panel are very knowledgeable in what they're talking about, the NFT space and NBA Top Shot. So if you like Clubhouse, give this one a follow because you will find value here. And just to check that you're still watching and just for laughs, you've got to follow the unofficial Aaron Baines fan club. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Why? Because it's funny. Look, it's Aaron Baines doing funny things. And if you scroll through this page and you don't laugh, if you scroll through this page and you don't laugh, I mean, you don't have a soul, is probably what I'm going to say to you. Come on. Oh, Caruso fell down. I mean, that's just Aussie toughness right there. So anyway, these are my recommendations for why you should be on Twitter and who to follow. If I left anyone out, please don't hate me. Just comment below any suggestions that you think I might have missed. If you got any value out of this video, please consider liking and or subscribing. It really helps me out. Other than that, I appreciate you guys and I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good day. Bye.